It's like, you don't know. All right, everyone. Welcome to Dire Bear Venturing Company's Wednesday night presentation of Binary Heroes Brobots. We are on episode, I think, 7. Thank you, Jason. I have with me, as always, the beautiful and wonderful hostess with the mostest, Madeline, who is playing, actually, Maddie Pink Rambo, who is playing, what was it again? It's like
Adela.
Thank you, Adela.
Also,
I don't know
I'm not
why.
streaming. Jack
Oh,
V is.
V is. Oh, okay. I apologize. You guys switched it up on me, and so I'm like, what's up? All right. So Maddie isn't hosting. I apologize. V is, but still, Maddie's amazing. We have Jason, who is playing Zachary, and we have V, who is hosting. By the way, I've mentioned that, who is who is playing Ghost, and then the Invisible Atlas, who is playing Romeo 6. We'll be returning shortly. As you can tell, there's a little bit of a difference in the tone with which you hear my voice, and that's because I have a new microphone, and you can see the edge of the pop filter right here. I won't move the boom arm because it makes a lot of noise because it's all metal, so I need to get a different one, but it'll work for now. Also, I have my new camera set up, so this is my new mobile-ish sound setup that I can move from home to Lucky Dice Cafe and back again. Speaking of, we have an awesome Friday night superpower beatdown coming up with 20th level characters. I've got, I know, at least 8 or 9 people already signed up, so I might end up having to like rein it in a bit, but I always try to go big or just don't go at all. We also have this coming weekend the Pop Culture and Comic Expo, Comic and Pop Culture Expo in Huntsville, Alabama. I will be there playing games at 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Saturday, and then on Sunday at 1 o'clock. I think that's just the 3 that I have, but I will be there all weekend, so feel free to stop by if you see me. I'll be wearing my D&D jacket, and of course, this mug that I cannot get away with. It goes everywhere with me. Will be with me. Sorry, hang on just one second, guys. But we sorry about that. I will be there all weekend, so find me again. Like I said, you'll see me in my jacket and this thing. Also, it is our anniversary week. This was the week that we started Dire Bear Adventuring Company in our first live stream on Monday, March was it the 5th, right?
It's today the 6th.
Yeah,
Yes.
today's the 6th. So March the 5th, 2018, and here we are 1 year later. With that in mind, on Monday we gave away a couple of hardcover books, and we're going to give away some more. I still have another copy of Out of the Abyss, two copies of Tomb of Annihilation, 2 copies of Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, because all of my Xanathars are gone. So I don't know where they went. So if you would like a hard copy of one of those books, we're going to be doing a drawing here in just a little bit. We'll probably do 2 drawings today, and then again on Monday, whatever I haven't given away will be given away on Monday. If you also happen to be in the Huntsville area and you would like to win one of these books, if you would like, I can get one of them signed by me. Not that it's anything special, but hey, one day you never know. Also, I would like to give a huge shout out to the Critical Role crew. Not that they need my attention or affection, as the army and droves of followers that they have help to kickstart their animated special, which is now, if I'm not mistaken, I heard somebody blaring out there that it was going to be a series.
I was about to say, with what they're making, they could easily. It was like over 6 million this morning, just in Canadian dollars, though.
Yeah, in US it was at 4.8. It's already, I think, topped 5 now. I said that they'll probably
like a month and a half to go.
Yeah, with like 43 days or something like that. And I said that I've made a prediction that we'll see a slowdown, but then a sudden resurgence, and that they'll be at just under 6 million. But I may have to redo my numbers because apparently people out there like to give money to things that they love. Go figure. with that being said, and pimping ourselves, please feel free to join our Discord and be part of the High Bear Nation. Thanks to whoever came up with that. I believe that was Steve. Sounds
It
like a
was
very
Steve.
Steve thing.
It was
Join,
Steve. It was
join the High Bear,
absolutely Steve.
join the High Bear Nation, and you can chat with us. We are all on Discord. I am usually there if I'm not busy putting phones on shelves of walls. We have, let's see. Sorry, hang on just one second here.
In other news, we have new games that are going to be starting soon, so please keep your
Yes.
eye on the Discord.
I apologize, I got distracted for a moment there. But yes, please keep your eye open for the Discord. And here on Monday and Wednesday, we'll be announcing what's going on. Wednesday nights when we wrap up Binary Heroes here, we'll be actually doing something else. Well, yet to be decided.
We still haven't decided this,
That's okay.
so bear with us. We're working on it.
It's a work in progress. We do have, however, coming up soon, our very own Mr. Jason Harris here, who's decided to pick up and run a game, and I'm excited for this. I will not be a part of it, as I have an obligation to some other individuals where I'm trying to destroy them slowly by having them walk through a dungeon that I have not designed, but that
I
I've
am
put a lot of
so
thought
sick
into.
of confusion, by the way.
In this house, we love
Real
confusion.
sick of confusion.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, because you never get affected by it, because you always seem to play characters who have a wisdom saving throw.
Or
Of a
So-
bajillion.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. Your wisdom saving throw is over 9,000. He is going to be running a sci-fi game, and I am super excited. I have never run a sci-fi game with him, but I have played through part of your Pathfinder campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were there for the tail end of that.
Yep, I have played where I have the rare pleasure of climbing up a creature and trying to find a weak spot. There wasn't one, but it was still fun. Also, entangling its feet and watching it drop to the ground was a lot of fun too. We also have played together as characters in games, and I ran one of the much loved heroes in his Mutants and Mastermind game. So I look forward to seeing what he's going to bring on Tuesday nights. So this should be fun to watch.
Well, I don't want to say aliens, but aliens.
But aliens. All right. Well, I think I have drugged my feet long enough, and we'll just let Atlas get back when Atlas gets back. So we'll do giveaways, so keep an eye on the Twitch chat, and that way you can win. If you are watching on YouTube, those of you who may happen to be, make sure you pop over to Twitch, so that way you can join in the fun and the festivities. And we appreciate your viewership. We appreciate you guys being here with us. If you would, we would appreciate a subscription, or at the very least a tip or some bits. And if nothing else, just chat with us and say hi, because I'm a social person. So when last we left off, you had felled a robot who had been tailing you. And that was done by punching it to death. No, stunning it and then punching it to death, I believe.
I think there was 2 of them, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was 2 of them. And Ghost just went smash. And once again, V, you are.
Yep.
As always.
I only punched one.
However, the one that was at least able to be salvaged, I believe you took. Did you take both of them back? You had like one over each arm.
Yeah, both on each hip. Just they're drunk.
Yeah,
It's
just
okay.
like little drunk babies.
Yeah.
Taking them back to the room that you had procured for the night. With you setting them down and poor Romeo getting into position so that they can make a clean shot and did not get one off. But you guys make your way back into the room and drop the bodies unceremoniously onto the ground. What would you like to do with these now that you have them?
I thought we had hacked and gotten information out of them. Well, the one that was salvageable.
Well, we are trying. Anyway.
Because I'd gotten like their GPS coordinates, and we had set up so it would look like they were wandering off somewhere else, kind of back the way they had come.
You hadn't gotten all of the information. You did a quick job there because you didn't want to be in the middle of the streets with them, from what I
No,
remember.
we took them back to the room.
Yeah, and we had
I'm saying.
contacted,
Okay.
So,
We absolutely took them back to the room.
Mhm.
The Cerberuses and
Oh, the Cerberus and
Doctor something.
Dr. Crown.
Doctor No. No, yeah, Crown. Gotcha.
Crown. Dr. No.
I have
That's a
very
different.
slap. I have
That's a
very, very
different.
sloppy handwriting.
Dr. No is a different game altogether. All right. I remember now because you had actually gained entrance to the. They had special access to get to the
M-Ring.
M-Ring.
Yeah.
So that's right. I remember that now. I forgot we left off there with you guys getting all that. And if I'm not mistaken, that's where we're picking up with you guys trying to head to the M-Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right.
And I'm
Well
muted.
then.
Weren't we trying to go some back way? Because they had a
Yeah,
special
we went
access.
We went up the service areas to avoid being out in front.
Yep. You went out the service entrance to avoid being any detection through the front. It's also how you came in with the bodies. So, all right, leaving out through the service entrance, all of you meet up. And are you just leaving them there in the in your room?
Didn't Dr. Crown say there was they had some kind of way of cleaning them up?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
either way, Ghost has
Yeah,
put
he
them
does.
in the
It's
bed.
called 6, 9, and
tucked them in.
15. Yes, he has a way of cleaning them up. 6, 9, and 15 can do it. Welcome back with the backwards hat.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
and then you lost me.
Goodbye.
But
And
did
then
we ever?
there were 5.
Does anyone ever really have Atlas though? You're such a free spirit.
It's true. I'm like a bird.
I wanna fly away.
They play that song a lot at work, and let me tell you, it is not a great song to have to sell clothes to. It's actually kind of annoying.
Oh my goodness. Well, you make your way. Cerberus 6, 9, and 15 will take care of it. And you guys make your way back to the M-Ring. And I apologize. You can see what a week does. I lose my mind. But I'm happy to say that, like I said, everything is set up now. You make your way to the terminus. And it is quiet because it is still a night. However, you have access to their credentials that allow you to get entrance into there. Thanks to the wonderful skills provided by Zachary.
I try to be useful.
You succeed often.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's
But I'm not never appreciated as much as I should be.
Ghost is just happy he got to punch something. Next time he's just gonna tear its arm off and just beat it to death with his own arm.
Tear it off, put it on myself. It's fine.
Now I've got 5. What are you gonna do?
Well, there are 2 of them. Ghost lost the perfect opportunity to snatch somebody up and beat somebody else with them.
Ah, that's
Have you ever
true.
been so mad you hit a dude with another dude?
Yep.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right. The terminus is quiet. However, you can use the acquired information, the credentials, to see if you can grab the train back to or down to the M-Ring. Keeping an eye out. Let's see. Zachary brains of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Adela brains of 4, 3. 3. Okay. And then Ghost is a 2.
So hard to.
And Romeo is
I think
4?
Romeo's a 4.
For
brains?
brains, yeah.
brains. Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome. For anybody who is new to the show, they have 3 strats. 3 stats.
Hello.
Hi, Pop Filter. How are you?
I never realized that my cat is here until one of you fuckers mentions it, and Maddie just mentioned it. She's like, Kitty! And I'm like, what? And then I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that is. Hi. Welcome.
I do that with Jack, except Jack is significantly more
Like, look
attuned
at
to where their cat is.
Look. It's great. I love it.
My cats move under cover of night. I don't know where they are or who they are.
My makeshift thing that I had to keep my pop filter and microphone out of my face has not worked. It has effed off. It is gone.
If you place it just right,
Bye.
it could look like a hat. It's just an
There
idea.
you go.
Yeah.
Or like a halo, like they do with Jesus.
Those aren't usually black, but okay.
It's fine. It's a D&D
They're never
halo.
black. Ever.
I
So
mean,
there's my
maybe
microphone.
Jesus
Hi.
is a
He
gamer
just
too.
wanted to make an appearance. Look at this.
Hi.
It's like it's slowly creeping into the picture.
Oh no, you know.
So what do you
That's
mean
fine.
you're streaming? Huh? Huh?
What do you mean? You're gonna have to use me right here now. So I'll fix that. I'll fix that later. It's fine.
Oh, there goes my video again.
Anyways, sorry, I'm just having a great time now.
No
Anyways.
laughter. No happiness.
Makes me think of one of the old black exploitation movies where you see the boom mic come down,
Exactly.
or Black Dynamite. When it people.
I was thinking of that exact moment in Black Dynamite. The guy who always read the actions that he would like, the feeling and the emotion that he was supposed to put into it. He always read it as though it was part of the line. Oh my gosh, that is such a funny movie, and it's horrible, but it's funny. All right. Man, I really can't tighten that anymore.
Gonna have to just tape it to something.
Duct tape, duct tape, duct.
Well, honestly, I had just a band. Like it's like creeping.
Yeah,
We're professionals. I promise.
debatable.
Anyway, so yeah, yeah, it is debatable. All right, so you take the
What's your
midnight train.
bravery, Jason?
Beg your pardon?
What's your bravery?
2.
Haha, coward.
And your brawn?
4.
Hey.
Professional net jobs.
Character sheets are just fun, see? Mine's a mess, but it's there.
That's nice. Mine's a post-it note that I have stuck to my desk.
I should
Mine
have thought
is
of
a
that.
page that I just keep updating.
I keep
It also has
scratching.
my,
Yeah, I think
it
it's all
also has
open.
my
This
therapist's
is
phone number on
completely
it.
blank. And then I start my campaign notes.
Oh, my campaign notes are all like
And
tracking
look at the
stuff.
pages of campaign notes.
What have I got? Oh, I've got some
Mine are in
icons.
sporadic Google Docs.
Yeah, if mine aren't spread across at least 4 notebooks,
That's me right there. For
they're all here. Just
my
Oh, no
handwriting is my handwriting is so small and neat and tight that like I can fit one campaign into 2 pages and then the next one in the next 2 pages, including the map because I write them all out on graph paper so you can see me graphing
Oh,
out
yeah,
the
that's
map
what-
and everything. So it's like that big.
You ever had one of them notebooks and you find it years later and you're flipping through notes on the old campaign?
Yeah.
I did that the other day.
I love when
You
I find
mean-
old character sheets.
When I flip
Oh,
to
I
the
keep those in
beginning
a
of this
file.
section, when I flip to the beginning of this
course you
section,
do.
it's all Alone in the Void notes.
Yes.
Nice. It's
had-
funny because I have all my sketchbooks in cat litter bins in the basement, and so we literally there's like an entire shelving unit that has the last like 6 years worth of sketchbooks down there, and it's so weird because anytime I try to go down there and like maybe not find sketchbooks, but like look for something, and I have to like go through them, it's like, oh wow, my art has really changed a lot since. Well, I don't know when this is from because I don't have the foresight to put dates on anything.
That would have been helpful, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Using your ability. So there are 3 stats. There's bravery, brawn, and brains, and you can have a maximum score of 11 divided up amongst those from 1 to 5. You can never have less than a 1. You can never have greater than a 5. All of the calculations are done off of one of those 3 stats times their firmware level or firmware version, and then any additional bonuses that they have from like the splicing kit that Zachary has, or the energy shield that Ghost has, so forth and so on. So there are different things that will allow you bonuses for those. So that's how it works. Rambo does take better notes than Cap does, but Cap really writes a very loose situation and goes, I never write a tight story with a point A to point B because the very first thing I learned at the ripe young age of 14 running my first campaign is that these fuckers around me will do whatever they want to. It doesn't matter. It's
See,
like,
I'm the DM that sits there and maps out every single scenario that my players can get into.
nah.
And
Oh,
we
don't
still
worry,
fuck with it.
Rambo. I'll
And
always
then they
find
still
a way
find a
out.
scenario I didn't plan for.
That's why I go, this is what I want them to accomplish while they're there. Here's a possibility of people that they can meet. Here's places that they can go. And then I just kind of have some loose notes for the rest of it. And if I need you guys to go somewhere, I'll introduce a situation that puts you there or moves you in that way. It's more fun that way.
Also,
Me
my
anyway.
notes as a player are vastly different from my notes as a DM.
This is true. Considering as a player, I take no notes. I don't write notes because I'm writing all the time.
Yes, Knight, that is exactly what it is. That's being said to Cap's notes. He's got one piece of paper, it says make shit up. Except for Alone in the Void, because he had an entire Excel spreadsheet with all 150 something passengers mapped out.
Oh, for Alone in the Void.
Yeah.
And the only one I cared about was the dead YouTuber I used to love. How could you kill her?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Ooh, I'm
They were
losing
all-
my edge.
They were all make believe anyways. Damn it! Come on, back to we're off completely off subject.
Whoops.
My microphone's just gonna be there, so deal with it. Anyways, calling the train or the tram. I can move it that way. There. Now it's just not right in the screen. You wait for a few moments, and a lone car on the track pulls up. A single unit. It is painted in a flat gray paint. It has no markings on it at all. Other than that, it looks like one of the normal units that you usually ride around in from point A to point B or from ring to ring to ring. It stops. You can watch as it rests on its lift, and the doors slide open.
Wait, these doors just slid open in front of us?
Mm-hmm.
This thing pulled up in front of us and the doors opened.
They're called automatic doors. They have them at most supermarkets.
But why is this vehicle stopping in front of us?
Because we're at the train station.
Didn't you call the train to go to Ring M?
Did we?
I thought so.
Jason, yeah.
Okay.
My understanding.
Disregard.
What's the matter, Bougie
disregard
Bot?
my-
Never ridden public transportation?
No,
She
not at all.
she had to do a software reload. So she lost a second or two. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, my Explorer crashed.
I'm still using Netscape. I'm so sorry.
We gotta give you a little grief.
That's gross. All right.
It is gross. I remember using Netscape. It was awful.
I don't think I ever used it as a browser. I tried to learn HTML on it one time. Because at least one version of it had an editor.
How'd that go?
Well, I was asking you for help figuring out an HTML character sheet earlier, so you know.
Clearly not well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the train is, or the single car is there in front of you. The doors are open. Inside, you can see that it's plush for robots. I mean, you guys really don't need a whole lot, but this thing seems to be nicely decorated. Designed for comfort as well as style.
Would it be comfortable to humans as well?
Yes, it would. Quite comfy.
Interesting. Very interesting.
All right, I guess we should get on so we're not sitting here looking weird.
So we're not just staring at a car.
It's just the doors open. It's the middle of the night. Just standing there staring at it. I mean, you called it, but sure.
To be fair, that's kind of where my brain is at in the middle of the night, so I feel like that's a pretty reasonable reaction. Like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to get on that thing.
Abject terror.
Yeah.
All right.
A general sense of disconnect.
Confusion and delay. All right. Who's
Romeo
entering?
gets on and immediately takes an entire row of seats to himself.
Getting into the vehicle, you can see the train car is what it is. There are several like captain's chairs, that allow you to sit in comfort on your own. They almost seem to come up and envelop around like the head of most normal sized robots, not Ghost. Ghost would like dwarf this thing. You also see long benches that run across near where windows would be, but there are no windows. It is completely encapsulated.
Okay, I lied. Romeo sits in one of the captain's chairs and puts their feet up on one of the other captain's chairs, thus taking two entire captain's chairs.
You can see that there is a bar made out of some like dark redwood, like a cherry or a dark cherry or something like that. It has all the accoutrement that you would think that comes along with a very nicely well-stocked bar. There are no libations for Robokind. It appears to be stocked with those things that would denote human interests. Whiskeys, bourbons, so forth and so on.
Human drunkenness is so complicated. Like, they just overload their liver until it stops working well enough, and then they get kind of weirdly dizzy. And then eventually, if they drink too much and their liver can't handle it, they just pass the fuck out. And then eventually they do it too much and they die. That's wild, man.
But why would a government car be stocked with this much alcohol?
Maybe there's some human officials.
I don't know. Humans have a different sense of balance. Maybe they the train moves kind of weird, and then they get drunk, so that counteracts it because you get weird and dizzy. So then everything seems stable. I don't know how humans work. I assume that's sort of what happens.
I'm not an expert on humans, but I suspect it does not work that way.
Well, fuck you very much, Dr. Jones.
I take it all of you are getting into the vehicle.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Just enjoying a little banter.
As the last of you steps in, the doors close silently. The room is a hardwood floor with rugs thrown down. You see the captain's chairs mounted to the floor by heavy bolting. There are large plush, oversized, overstuffed benches that run along the rear part of the vehicle. The bar is at the front. The captain's chairs are in the middle. You can see that this thing is, like I said, built for comfort. There are a few tables with chairs that are mounted to them that sit across from the bar. And there is a single door in the front of the car. And as the doors close, it opens. Stepping out is a robot dressed in what would be like coattails and nice trousers. Not quite tuxedo, but still very nice.
A fancy lad.
White gloves and everything. He takes a look at you all and says, "I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Yeah, me too, buddy.
The vehicle was called by the appropriate individuals, but you are not them. Please state who you are."
We're them, we
you?
just got an upgrade.
Hey, Ghost. Get a load of this guy. And by get a load of this guy, I mean physically. Like, physically get him in your hands and do something. Please.
That sounds
Grab him.
like a double entendre.
What's he gonna do? Jack off his robo-dick? Like, what? Pardon me, my brother has a theory.
Why is that where we defaulted to?
I have no idea.
There was no we involved in this.
It's true.
I just want to make that part of public record.
It was Atlas who grabbed the steering wheel and just jerked us into the ditch.
So let me rephrase. Why did the lesbian zero in on that?
It's Atlas. What do you expect?
I don't
Dude.
know. They've never done a gay thing in their life.
According to them.
Not wrong. Do you want me to grab him? I'll go grab him.
We've had an issue with our companions' codes. They were nice enough to call us a lift into the M ring.
What is your bravery?
Mine?
Mm-hmm. High as food. Like a 5, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 4.
Oh, is it a 4? Okay.
Yep. I'm mediocre at everything because I was designed to be moderately good at everything.
However, you do have bonuses for using that particular skill
I have
set.
a +2 for bravery, and then I have a +2 when lying, bluffing, or negotiating.
She's a lie bot.
She's a lie bot. Lie bodily. All right, let's see. You have basically triggered that effect. So, your bravery times your firmware version.
16 + 4 is 20.
Nice. He is of a lower firmware version than you. As he looks at you carefully, he narrows his eyes. His little robot reticules go, a little pinpricks, and then he goes, zip. That sounds legitimate. Who am I to question? Please enjoy the ride. And then he turns and moves back towards the front of the car with the door closing quietly again. After a few moments, you feel the weight of the vehicle lift up. And it's almost imperceptible. It's that whole thing of, if you're inside of a box, would you really know if you were falling or sitting still, kind of thing, as it takes off. It's relatively short. I mean, it's longer than most of the rides that you've had on one of these devices, but still, it doesn't take very long. And as you arrive, the doors open. You are at a terminus. Unlike the rest of the terminuses, though, where there's a lot of activity, this one sits quiet. Looking at it, you are at M Ring 1. There are no terminals or no terminal stations here for you to look at. And there's only one way out of this building. As you exit the vehicle...
Is it back the way we came?
No. As you exit the vehicle, there is a familiar sound of gyros whirring and motors tracking. Right above the exit to the building, you can see 2 large mounted guns. They don't seem to do anything. They just kind of mark your position.
Spicy.
Guns.
Adela's gonna stride forward. They're there on legitimate business.
They just track. They've got no reason to fire. So they're just watching as you go.
Zachary's going to try to position himself between Ghost and Romeo.
What was
Big
the
skinny.
He's going to try to look nonchalant about it.
What are
Go,
your
just go forward. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll be
Atlas?
right behind you.
Atlas, what are your stats again? 5, 4, and
5, 4, 2.
okay. I was making sure. My brain was telling me you had a 4, 4, 2. I'm like, you're missing a point somewhere. All right. As you quietly exit, taking in the environment, you can see that there is only one rail in and out of this area. The rail that you were on. Looking up, you can see that there's one exit of this building, or the terminal itself, or the terminus point, and it is straight ahead of you. There are no stations for you to review. There are none of the usual computer terminals that you can look at to see where other trains are going. This is it. This is all there is. And as you exit, where the previous rings had paid tribute to life and the amalgamation of life and robots. So there were trees, there were still grass, and it was still kind of utilitarianly beautiful. Very simplistic, but at the same time, very appealing. This is all stark. It is
In the future, everything is chrome.
It is concrete. It is steel. It is function.
All right, brutalism. Woo! Getting
As you
into the
exit-
fun architecture.
As you exit, the sky above you is dark. There is no sign of clouds. You can see stars above you. There is a single building, and it sits squat and wide. It is a large structure.
Well, there's only the one place to go. I guess that's where we go.
That is it. You can see that even at this hour, while there's not a whole lot of activity, you do see movement in this area. People are coming to and fro. Robots coming to and fro. As you approach, no one seems to pay you any mind. They don't seem to give notice to your entry. They just observe you as one other unit.
What kind of models are we seeing? Contemporary with what we've seen everywhere else? Are these older models or?
No, these are all contemporary. They're all newer models. A lot of service. A whole lot of service. Some are combat. You're thinking security force here. You see service bots in the diplomat format. Some of them are what you would call analyst format. And then the combat units are usually operator or security. So approaching the building, there is no writing, there is no windows. There is a single point of entry that you can see, but it is a wide entrance. It's like looking at the gates of an amusement park that open up into this big concrete building. And everybody seems to be going to and fro. A quick scan will tell you that there are a lot of firmware version 5, 6. There are some 7s that move around. You see 8s.
I can't fight those.
An occasional 10.
I can't fight those.
We are
I
heavily
can't
outgunned
fight
here.
that. Oh God. What am I even good for?
You want Zachary to answer
that?
Shut up. Oh God.
Are you continuing towards the building?
Only if Adela is.
She's
Yeah.
starting forward.
Spicy.
All right. No one seems to stop you. No one seems to be obstructing your path. Your feet ring out on the concrete, just like everybody else who's moving. And when I say there's other people, you're probably looking at maybe 30, 40 that are just kind of, on the average moving in and out.
So a crowd, but not like huge amount of
Right.
people. Are there
Correct.
any humans at all?
None that you can see. Everybody so far is Robo Life. As you proceed towards the building, it looms ahead of you. You can see that it is a wide entryway and a single pane or multiple panes of glass that run up the front of it, and it's probably about 8 stories altogether. But again, like I said, it's huge. It just takes up this massive thing, probably running more for miles than feet. Kind of like how the Pentagon is actually like, miles long, depending on which ring, which arm of it you're in. So much so that they had to actually like create shortcuts across it because you would run out of time getting where you're trying to go. As you watch people move into the building, you watch and see combat units there at the entrance on the inside. None of them seem to be stopping anyone. They just allow them to pass through. But you can watch as they allow the robots to go, they kind of scan each and every one of them. There's a total of about 5 units altogether. They are a variant of the Ghost unit. They are 2 armed Ghost units.
Not as good
Thus
as our
inferior.
ghosts. Yes. Everyone knows more arms equals better. Munchie, go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down.
As you move forward, you watch as they continue to scan people. Who is leading this procession?
Are they scanning
would be.
everybody?
And you can tell it's just more surface than anything else. It's kind of like, identifying threats versus non-threats. And you said Adela is leading the way?
Yep.
All right. As you approach, you watch as one of them scans you. He doesn't say anything, doesn't seem to stop you. The next one, who's next in line after you? Romeo?
Me. It's me.
All right. Romeo, and then Zachary, then Ghost. Okay. They seem to scan you, Romeo, and then they scan Zachary, and then they scan Ghost. And for a second, one of them kind of locks on you, and you can see that he's doing probably a deeper scan. Tips its
Wait,
head
on
side
who?
on Ghost,
Okay.
What's up,
and
fellow
then
ghost
turns back,
units?
and then turns back to the crowd, allowing you passage through.
Awesome.
Brains of 5 for Zachary and 4 for Adela. Brains of 4 for Romeo, or is it a 5?
4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys look in, you can see that there are staircases that go up. There are staircases that seem to go down further, giving you the indication that this is deeper than it appears. You see elevators. You see all manner of mechanisms. You actually see small, kind of like at the airport, the carts, the golf carts that they have, moving here and there, going about business. And it is busy, busy, busy. And inside of the place looks like a mall. You see storefronts for things, but more importantly, you see several office buildings for different units. You see one of them is the Sorbin Tech. It looks like a Sorbin Tech main office, as it is guarded, but you can see that there are people who are coming and going. There's a reception up front, so forth and so on. You looking around, you see, like I said, just a grandiose amount of things. The three of you who have brains 4 or higher, while the guards didn't stop you, you do notice a small contingency force that seems to be moving in your direction, numbering a total of 4 of them. They are not hiding the fact that they are walking towards you. They are not presenting weapons, but they seem to be beelining for your group. And you do see weapons on them.
Do we see anything like a knowledge repository? Because that's really what we were looking for, wasn't it?
You may be able to find one, but you don't see one offhand.
Okay.
You're muted.
Adela's gonna open the front of her suit jacket
Mhm.
and then just
Draw a
kinda, like,
pistol and
keep
shoot
it
one.
close. No. She's gonna open the suit jacket and just kind of keep it close.
Mhm.
'Cause these guys have had it right for them, so she doesn't want an obstruction to her gun if she needs to use it. But other than that, she's walking directly forward. They're heading for whatever they can find in the way of a knowledge repository, regardless of these men that are walking towards them.
All right. They approach you, and as they do not pay attention to you, Adela, nor you, Zachary, nor do they pay attention to Ghost. You watch as they stop Romeo.
Hello, sirs. What can I do for you today? Or folks?
We would like to have a word with you, please.
Sure. Is it about fire safety? 'Cause that's what I got a lot of words about.
Come with us.
Because of course you do.
Okay, I'm gonna go with these nice fine gentlemen, and you should definitely not follow after, because I'm going to give them a little info about the proper amount of asbestos that should be in any given office building,
Which I hope is 0.
which is 0.
I'm sorry. What authorization do you have to talk to Romeo?
It's like, do you have a warrant for that?
There's a sound of an energy weapon being coiled up.
Yep, I'd certainly call that authorization. All right, boys, let's go talk about fire ladders. Woo!
We are Ring M security force. Do not detain us, do not stop us, do not obstruct our path.
He's a government official.
What firm
You
are
need
they?
to have absolute orders. And we would like to know what those orders are before you take them. Fuck.
Disgusting.
Shit.
Listen, boys, you can do what you want with me, but I am gonna tell you, the Board of Health and Safety is not gonna be happy with you if you do.
Remember that everybody works on the same stats. They're combat units. So while they may have a 7 firmware version,
Their brains may not be very high.
what would you like
Listen.
to try?
You all know that the Board of Health and Safety does not go easy, and I'm sure that if I had them inspect your headquarters, there would be a thing or two going wrong with them. But by all means, bring me in there. Bring
One
me
of
to
them-
your headquarters so that I can see in person just how clean and well put together everything is, and that there are absolutely no structural violations that could possibly get you all decommissioned.
So
Please, go ahead, take me with you.
you've seen like the SWAT helmets where they're like the helmet and then they've got a face mask.
Yeah.
What their heads look like, and then their chest looks like wearing an H harness with like magazines in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a solid piece. It just has the magazines. You watch as one of them turns around and puts his fingers like this, like really close to your face. No one asked for any more commentary. Quiet and come with us.
All right, whatever you say.
They kind of put you in the center, and they do one in each of your corner. One in each corner, and they start to march you towards an elevator.
Hey
What about
guys,
the
I'm
rest
getting
of you?
the premium escort.
What are you guys doing? Ghost is just trying to figure shit out.
Should I?
Arms.
Like all arms pointing in one direction. Should I go? I mean, my background
I'm-
is
I'm sure he'll be
security.
fine.
Can I just?
Yeah, but you're private security. He's actually a government official.
Yeah, but I could.
We are gonna follow because this is bullshit. And she's saying this in such a way because she has no idea who's listening in around them. So now it is more imperative than before to make sure that the cover stories are followed. And under no circumstances should they have just walked up to take a government official away.
I think
All right.
Ghost has the mentality of private security. I've been hired to protect this one. I'm gonna just. You know what? I'm gonna follow them. Fuck it.
All right.
So is
Zachary.
Adela.
Follow behind Ghost.
Because there goes your muscle.
Mhm.
All right. Making your way, you follow them. They take a flight of stairs up to a landing where you watch as they get into what looks to be like a series of different elevators. It looks like a massive like tube, like the tube farm, you know, where they do the high pressure tube shoots, you know, but like there's a bunch of them all together in one area. No, don't worry, they don't get in like jetson it up through the tube. They actually have like an elevator. It's like an elevator. They get on and they start ascending, and you can see you call another one, and it's like a lift that you stand on, and then the tube is open to you. You get on the lift. There's a small stem with a panel on the front of it, and you can see that it's got multiple numbers and locations and things like that. Your quick assessment of it is that each one of them goes to different locations at different floors, so not all of them go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They go 1, 2, and 3, so forth and so on. It's almost has it's not quite like the ring design for the city itself, but you get the idea that it's, you know, separate areas within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you're gonna try to follow them as best you can. All right, they are ascending. Romeo, you can see that they have punched in the number 3 on the pad.
Cool.
And they again kind of take each corner around you. What are you doing?
So we're in like a small enclosed elevator, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So, I'd like to wait until we reach the floor that they're taking me to.
And then foam the entire unit.
You literally called me the fuck out. As soon as those doors open, I just want, I like literally just like puncture a canister, toss it, and run. Is that something I can do?
Sure.
While the
Because-
elevator's going up,
Huh?
we have those little comms connecting us all. So as it's going up, I'm going to ask Romeo what number did they punch.
You hear it crackle over.
Okay. Would I have to speak out loud to send a message over this network we've got?
We've sent pictures over it and stuff, so I wouldn't think so.
Because
you
if
can-
I do have to speak out loud, I'm just going to clank like one hand against my wrist 3 times.
I like that.
Joint.
You're not sure, so you
Okay.
hear clank, clank, clank over the comms.
I feel like it's more narratively appropriate.
Probably you watch as one of the units that just kind of looks at you for a second, and then turns
Sorry.
back,
You
turns
know,
his head forward
loose
again.
wiring.
That's appropriate for Romeo.
I mean, he's pretending to be a model that isn't decommissioned, so it's probably not great, but it's better than nothing, right?
It's like at least your arm isn't like falling off in the middle of the elevator.
Oh, whoops! Not again.
It's a glass bottom. It falls off. You're following right behind him, and you just see blink when it hits the ground. No. You ascend, and the elevator comes to a stop. I should say the lift comes to a stop. Are you wanting to? You're trying to chug out the door before they get there, and then you're going to toss the canister back in.
No, I'm tossing the canister with me still in the elevator and then bolting forward through the door and out so they don't see where I'm going.
And you're using the solid foam, not the fire retardant, but the actual one that like stiffens up whenever it hits the air.
Basically, yeah.
Awesome.
like the foam, the spray insulation that they put in some of the basements. It's like that shit.
Yeah, it's that stuff that's like it gets in there caked on pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You the doors open, and before you even wait, you just take one out, toss it, and chuck out through the door. Above you, you all, as you hit 3 to go up, you can see all of a sudden like a series of red like concentric rings that kind of up the tube, and they stop where elevator 3 is, and then you hear the sound of and all of a sudden foam starts pouring out and like tumbling out of the elevator above you, or the lift above you. And the red rings are all right, so you're off the elevator. You turn around to look at the damage that you've done, and you can see that they're all stuck, but gotta keep in mind that it's not gonna fill all of it.
Yeah, no. Romeo's running. He's running for his gun.
Yeah, he's not even looking back. He's just out.
It's like maybe a brief like fucking okay, all right.
From behind you, what is your brawn again?
Dos.
What's your bravery? I'm sorry, bravery.
Bravery is 5 + 2.
Okay. Good. 'Cause
I'm the brave little toaster.
there is the sound as you turn a corner. You hear the very distinct sound of pulse energy being released from a device.
Oh, great! They're shooting at me. Cool.
You don't seem to have any shots coming at you. You're given the combat stats on these guys. If they were aiming at you, they would have hit you. However, they are not shooting at you. They are shooting at the foam to free up their legs, because while you did not capture their hands, you did capture their legs. So they are trying to break free to chase you down. All right. You hear the sounds below. Those of you who are below, you hear the distinct sounds of discharge of energy weapon, and you kind of see blasts starting to come up. It's starting to char some of the tubing. Eventually, the concentric rings stop moving, and your lift isn't going anywhere though, because it's broken above you, basically.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, you're right. It's not optimal.
That's a
floor 2 will just
that's
have
a
to do.
problem.
Hit the door open button.
Is the door opening?
You have come to rest at the next level, so at least did that. So it does open up and allows you exit out onto floor number 2. A quick look around. You can see that there is not a set of stairs that seem to be going up, but you can see that there's the series of tubes that are there. You could probably jump onto one of those.
Zachary started checking once, see if any of them have the number 3 floor listed.
Yeah, you can see one of them that has the 3rd floor on there, so you could definitely make your way up there.
I found an alternate way to level 3, but are we sure we want to go there?
We don't have a choice.
I'm pretty sure we have a choice.
I'm pretty sure we're not leaving Romeo behind.
I'm
I
sure
don't
it'll be
like
fine.
you very much, but
I'm
this
sure
is not
it'll
up
be
for
fine.
discussion.
You can just stay
Jason,
behind
I
me. It's
just-
fine.
I just love
I podcast.
Jason.
Romeo, are
No,
you
no.
okay?
We have a choice.
I love Zachary and Romeo's mutual contempt and the fact that both of them will just completely abandon the other at any given opportunity. It's great. It's fantastic.
I lost my rubber band. It shot off. It's down there.
Oh,
No, not your rubber band.
bye.
That's the that is the high quality technical device we're using to hold the boom up.
Goodbye, boom rubber band.
Yeah, I've got a cardboard box holding my mic stand down. So.
We're high tech people. Until it goes pew again. Oh, they're right up there. Here, toss me. Here, I'll reinforce it. There we go. A high tech solution here.
Rubber bands
All right.
upon rubber bands upon rubber bands.
I've just got 2 of them
Oh.
stretched out. Nope, that's not making a mess at all. Did you go? Awesome. That's awesome. All right, so with that being said, hey, look, the boom's out of the way, or the mic's out of the way now. All right, so Romeo, you are running around the corner, and it looks like doors. You see nameplates on sides of some of them, but there's just door, and then you're running in door, and you're running in door. The rest of you, are you going up to level 3?
Well, Adela is.
Okay. Zachary, Ghost.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, they're going.
Ghost.
I can't abandon my friends.
You can just stay behind me. It's fine.
Oh, I will. I will guard your rear while you, face forward.
Oh, you seem to be in the impression that there was another choice on that one. I was always going to stand behind you.
I will radio Romeo. Romeo, are you all right?
Are you all right, Romeo?
Hearing that from Zachary. Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Just
You
How are
said it's
you? We're good here. How are you?
everything's fine. God, okay, yeah, doing great.
All right. As the rest of you step off of the lift onto the 3rd floor, you see the last of the guards who have freed themselves. They all point in a direction and start to proceed that way. You hear them say, "If we must take him down, remember, we need him alive. We need him functioning."
No
And then
disintegrations.
they start taking off behind you. And you can see they're running down a hallway ahead.
Do they seem to have noticed us?
They're not paying attention to you.
So they're in front of us.
Yeah, they're not like right in front of you, but they're, ahead of you.
Well, I'm pulling out my gun.
Okay.
Oh shit! Adela's got a gun. It just reminds me of the panels from one of the Hellboy comics where it's like, someone's like, it's a monkey. He's got a gun, and then it's just 2 panels of like a monkey with a fucking pistol. It's so good, but that's what's going through my head right now. It's a UN negotiator. She's got a gun.
I'm gonna shoot one of them in the back. Also, because his back's the biggest fucking section to shoot.
He has no idea you're there. Your brawn is a 4? Yes, because you're 443. Times your firmware plus... Do you have any combat mods?
Unless the gun counts.
No, it's 16.
Okay, so just a flat of 16. All right.
Yes.
The shot hits him. And he stumbles as you watch, but he does not go down completely. You got to remember, they're a much higher firmware version than you are. But he
It's
does.
okay, I'm just gonna keep firing.
Okay.
That would not help them take damage, though, would it?
What's that?
That wouldn't affect how much damage they could take, though.
No. But
Just how
they
likely
still...
we are to hit them.
Right, exactly. And basically what it is the damage is a flat rate. It's more along the lines of, can you overcome their total defense? And she didn't overcome the total defense, but it still counts towards, because of the EMP's designed to, break down the system. It does make him more susceptible to future shots.
Okay.
But that holds true for you guys. As you guys are battered upon or shot at or whatever, it lowers your overall bravery, and which is what's measured for your defense. And so it starts to slowly break down.
I'm just gonna keep firing till he stops.
Okay. You fire once more. This time he turns to see where the shot is coming from, but you still catch him full on in the back. He stumbles again and turns, and you can see that he's definitely suffered from some damage. His actuators are, he's not moving as quickly and crisply as the rest of them. Another one seems to stop, and he goes, "No, pursue the Romeo unit." And they continue on, and he turns and looks at you and raises his gun. What is your
What unit I am?
I want to fight
what
it.
is your bravery again?
Mine is a 4.
4, that's right. His is also a 4. Zachary
Now,
is a 4.
Could the rest of us have chipped in?
Could we
Our
grab
first
her?
shot would have caught Zachary by surprise. By the second shot, he should have been reacting in some fashion.
Sure.
With
he is
brains like
turned-
that, I fucking hope so.
He is turned to square off with you all. Now it is a 3 against 1.
I want to
And
grab
he is a
him.
combat unit.
Ooh, I want to grab
What are
him.
you doing?
All right. If
Fire.
Ghost is
Grab
right
him?
here, if Ghost is right here, I am leaning
Just
out,
like-
firing, and sticking back behind him.
Just like all arms out, like in between the arms and shooting.
Arms are all akimbo, and you're like firing through one of them. All right. The shot flies through. What is your total combat prowess?
All right. My brawn is a 4.
Okay, times your firmware of 16. Do you have any mods for that?
No.
Okay.
Not unless my gun counts as trying to access his insides.
You're trying to hack the system through an EMP.
Yeah.
We're going for total system shutdown. No, it still hits him, but you can see that it's just kind of chipping away at him a little bit. He's still standing up, though. Ghost, are you moving forward to actually like full on combat this, bro?
Oh, yes.
Okay. What is your total combat prowess in this?
22. I do have the battle baton, but I don't remember if there was a plus to it.
I think
That was
the
the
only
one thing I forgot to ask.
it's there's not a bonus to it. It still uses yours, but what it is it's effectively like their guns, but in stick format. So you can beat him in the head with this thing.
But beating people in the head with the fists are more fun.
Sure.
The staff probably does more damage. Though.
I want to try and get the gun away from him. Unless it's attached to him, which then I'll just rip it off. It's fine.
It's not. It can be taken away.
Give me the gun. I want the gun.
My gun now.
I'm taking the gun from him. I just want to take it from him and then, like, I would try to grapple him, but, like, I want to get...
And then
Pull
eat
it.
it.
Okay, so hang on a second. You fired and you fired at him and hit him. You fired twice and hit him. So 28. 4. It's a deadlock. You have the gun, but you can't. You're at a deadlock with him right
Oh,
now.
okay.
You can't. You both have you have a hold of it, so he can't fire with it because it's effectively being wrested from his control. But all he is doing is maintaining control of his gun.
Okay.
That leaves the other two to fire at him once more. We already know what the prowess is on your combat is a 16, and yours is, we said, a 16 as well.
Mine would be 4 times 4, so yeah.
Okay.
But
Uh-huh.
since his weapon is kind of locked up at the moment, Zachary, we should take just a second, using his brains, to figure out the best place to shoot him.
Excellent. Taking a moment
Trying
to
to find a
aim
weak
the
spot.
shot, you will get depending on how long you do it, but there's,
Wait.
there's dangers to that because if he wrests the gun away, but calculate 2 for every round. So it's a +2 for every round for aiming, basically is what you're doing.
But I
Instead
can already
of-
hit, so aiming wouldn't do me any good, would it?
Well, it would, because it actually is going to tear down his defense. Because it's like a called shot that you have. So
Okay.
if each one of your rounds is doing 2 points of damage to him, is basically what it's effectively doing.
So
but
the aiming would bump that up by some amount.
The aiming would bulk that up. Basically, it strips it out more. It's like doing a called shot, but aiming for success on it.
Okay.
Can I kick his knee into the other direction?
Are
a
you
thing?
two gonna fire?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
trying to subdue this dude.
All right.
For once.
If you take a moment to aim on your next one, you basically have prowess goes up and it tears down his defenses and starts eating into the actual points that he has. Right now, you're just tearing down his defenses, right?
Mhm.
But whenever you aim, you're not tearing down his defenses, you're tearing down his actual stat.
Okay,
You're
we'll take a
actually
moment
getting
to
into
aim
that.
then.
Yeah, you're actually getting into that point where it's really going to start counting.
I'll aim, or Zachary will aim for 1 round and then fire.
Okay, awesome. All right. So, are you going to aim, or are you just going to fire, Maddie?
I don't know.
What would Adela do?
Honestly, she'd leave Ghost to deal with it because this is Ghost, and she'd go try and back up Romeo.
Then that's what she would do. That's what she would do.
So I fired. There was 20 shots or 40?
20, I think. Someone write down that note. I believe there's 20 though.
For some
I can't
reason,
find it in
thought-
my notes. That's why I'm asking.
for
20
some-
rounds. I got it written down. 20 rounds.
So please keep track of how much you've used.
I assume it uses energy cells.
Mhm.
So when we recharged, we could have recharged.
It doesn't recharge the same way, but you can recharge them, or you can just replace it, which is what most people do. Is they just replace the battery because it's a little easier.
So the round we
Adela's
used last game would still be gone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Adela's just gonna run.
Okay.
She's going after Romeo, and she's radioing him like, "What directions did you take? I'm on my way. Ghost is dealing with the last bit of fuck ass over here, and we will be right behind."
All right.
Adela, if you have any idea, or if you think that I have any idea where the fuck I am, you are out of your goddamn bougie butt mind. I am running for my goddamn life.
Bougie butt.
I just
mind.
need to know
Follow
what
the sound
directions
of
you
panic.
Oh,
I
you
don't
bougie
know.
butt mind.
Straight?
Oh god.
No, I mean, there are twists and turns and corridors off of there, so you could
Yeah,
have.
Romeo has not been tracking. He is like whoop 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 whoop. Just however is gonna lose the folks.
Well, that's the good side of it, is because you don't know where you are. They don't know where you are either.
Probably.
No,
Sorry.
pretty sure.
I don't feel like
Fucking-
Romeo would have the forethought to be like, I'm going to track where I'm going just in case I need someone to like follow me or whatever. He's just like, okay, great. Okay, those guys will find me somehow or another. I'm just gonna run because I'm in danger and that's not great.
Cerberus, can you track Romeo?
Hey, yeah, Cerberus 9 here. Sure, we can definitely do that. Hang on just 1 minute.
We don't have a minute. You have 4 seconds.
You get hold music.
Okay, hang on. Cerberus 15. Yo, 15. What? Track the old unit. Which one? The old one. Dude. Oh, right. The old one that
really
likes the
fucking
fire
old one.
stuff.
Oh my god, Romeo's gonna die.
The old one that likes fire things. Oh, that guy. Yeah, he was cool. He talked a lot. All right, yeah, I'm on it.
That's great. I love these
Oh,
boys. I'm
God
adopting all of
bless.
them.
And it takes just a matter of seconds, and you have like a layout, and you hear Cerberus 6 come on going, "Where are you at, love? You're not in any of the other rings, are you?"
Nope.
British.
From the
We're in the
background,
Elm Ring.
why are you still doing that voice, bro?
Look, when all this is over, Adela's gonna go back to the Cerberus spot. She's gonna get back with Cerberus 6. They're gonna go out on dates and get married. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Just because he's British?
Anyway,
Damn!
Just because he's
Yes!
faking British?
That's a really bad idea. Do you know what the British did?
Have
Shut
you
up,
seen their
Romeo.
teeth?
shut up, Romeo. You're too busy running for your life.
You gonna colonize that ass.
You hear Cerberus go 6 going, colonize that ass. Jesus. 6 goes,
And
I
then
hate to
leave
tell
you
you,
when
love,
it starts to
I don't know
collapse.
if you understand this, but you're in the government building in the M ring. Why?
Because they stopped Romeo, took Romeo, wouldn't stop when I told them to stop, and yeah, I don't leave Romeo behind. This is a really bad fucking decision.
Wow, we found somebody who doesn't listen to Adela.
2 lefts. The next 2 lefts, then take a right. Then
Thank
you're going
you.
to, you're welcome. He should be ahead, although he's running very erratically. Does he know where he's going?
No.
Your comm comes on, Romeo. Do you have any idea where you're going?
Absolutely not. I'm getting chased by ghost units who are probably firmware 500. So, no, I don't know where I'm going. Away. That's the
Good.
answer.
The good news is they're only 7. The bad
Oh,
news.
yeah, that's supposed to make me feel better.
The bad news is if you take that next left, don't take the next left. Okay, good. Then the bad news is that they're behind you, but they don't know where you are. When I say behind you, you like ran past them. Had you taken the left, that would have been bad. Listen, you're gonna want to try to get off of that floor. In 2 more right. No, 1 right, 1 left. Yeah, there's a door. You're gonna want to take that door.
Okay,
All right.
fantastic.
6 comes back on and gives you the directions to follow, and you see he's telling you like it's a long path, and he's explaining, listen, if you're going to want to take this path, because if you do, this will avoid the guards, at least mostly. They are still a moving target. It's a see how difficult it is to really hack into these government cameras.
Listen, you're so funny. You're so great. Keep talking.
He's not talking
How
to
can
you.
I
He's
get on
talking to
that?
her.
Oh, that's
He's not
better.
talking. He's talking to Adela this whole time.
Either way.
You got 9. 9's just like, I don't, whatever.
I like
just
9.
run up the stairs.
He's my man.
Anyways, he's having a conversation at the same time giving you directions. It's like a very posh GPS. At the next left, turn. You're going to want to take the next left. By the way, I love that outfit you're wearing. And he just keeps talking to you, directing you.
She just like replies back, just like off the cuff. She's like not even eager. She's like, yeah, thanks for the directions. I'm seeing the tail end of the ones in front of me, and thanks. I love it too, right? Isn't it great?
All right. Ghost. You watch as his body kind of buckles in. You take the shot, and you see the where it hits is one of the packs on the H harness, and there's a bit of a flare, and he kind of stumbles. Effectively, at least temporarily, his bravery has been lowered from a 4 to a 3. At his firmware, that's only a 21. So, overall, right now, you have the upper hand.
Is there a way for me to damage this guy to a point where it doesn't actually harm the firmware, so the dot can put this firmware in me?
Ooh, yeah. Just don't destroy the hard drive. You can destroy everything else though.
Can I destroy? Is it just like his head?
It's not even
then?
the hard drive. It's actually just like the BIOS. You're not sure. Understanding the nuances of where things are stored in different models is not your forte. You are much more a hammer, much scalpel.
Is this model close to like the lines of? I know it's a newer model compared to what I am, but is this a model that is? Would they still have followed the regular outlining of where everything goes? Do you think?
For the most part, you're pretty sure the chassis is kind of close.
Okay.
So you could probably try to like incapacitate him if that's what you're looking to do.
I want to do that.
Okay. All right. So right now your combat prowess overall is a 22.
Correct.
With his bravery being lowered to a 3, even with his firmware is 21. However, he has taken damage to his overall defenses, so his actual reduced number is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. No, actually, yours didn't count toward the defense since it lowered the number overall. So 6 to that. So it's a 15. Your combat prowess is 6 higher than his. No, I'm sorry, 7 higher than his. And with that, you punch through and shatter the defense on there. And basically, what you've done is you've had a calculated shot that is so much higher than his that it bursts through his like active defense unit or his systems, and you've actually like started to do damage to his bravery again, like the mechanic or the system that runs that part of it. He takes another full-on point to his bravery, lowering it to a 2 in this combat scenario. So, yeah, he is not doing too well. However, his combat has not taken any damage significantly at all. His combat in trying to take the gun back from you is still much higher than yours.
Oof.
And he does succeed in wresting the gun from you, but that is his action, was just trying to get the gun away from you using his. So basically, he instead of trying to defend against you pulling him, he went on the attack with it and flipped it around and just snatched it from you.
Okay.
He goes to level it and aim it at one of you. What are you
Which
doing?
one of us? That's an important question.
I'm like
The
right
one in
up in
front of
his
him.
friends.
The
It's
one
probably
that's
me.
in his grill.
What's up, motherfucker?
Yeah, you're looking at the beam end of this energy weapon. It's like
Hello.
right in your face. Zachary, what are you doing?
How hard would it be to shoot the gun in his hand?
I mean,
Probably.
it's not hard. You're a robot. You can calculate that shit on the fly. So you just kind of aim at it. I
The
will
entire
say
time Zachary's been shooting, he's been standing there, very stiff pose, one arm behind his back, old duel style.
Yes, I love it. Just the one arm behind his back is the best part. You can shoot it, however, doing damage to the weapon itself, depending on how much you shoot it, could either render it unusable, or if you're not careful, you could actually hit the pack on it and either cause it to discharge or to just go dead.
If it discharged, would it be likely to harm Ghost or just the one holding it?
No, it would likely to harm Ghost. It'd be like hitting a magazine. That kind of stuff's going to cause a little bit of a reaction.
We'll just shoot him in the face then.
Just shoot him in the face. All right, cool. Again, his defenses have not been recovered. He has to do that because if he took the time to do that, he would have lost his weapon. So that goes straight to his bravery, and that is 2 points of damage straight in. And as you finish your stance with your gun out, you hear the shot, or you hear it ring out on him, just kind of the sound. And Ghost, he just kind of looks at you for a second, but there's now a smoking hole.
Ooh.
And it just falls over with a metal clang
So
on the
he's
steel.
like staring. Might want to get that checked.
You can get his gun now.
roll.
right. It is it fires 3 rounds
Okay.
per turn. It's boom, boom, boom. Each one of them does 2 points because it's still a smaller caliber. You're not firing a hand cannon at them. However, it does punch through, and again, you'll have to break defense before you can actually do damage to them. But it fires 3 rounds, and the magazine itself holds 36 rounds, and
Did
he
he
does
take?
have additional magazines. He
You
has 2
boys.
additional magazines.
Okay, so I have 3 magazines in total.
3 magazines. However, the one that's there does have some spent charges.
So how many shots did he
You
take?
have 24. You have 2 full mags at
36.
at 72. Right, 72 total. And then this magazine has 20 rounds left in it. No, 21 rounds left in it. Sorry.
21 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Now, is there a way our doc friend can get me that firmware?
No,
Maybe.
maybe for later. But Heath had set up at the beginning that we could not skip firmware levels, and we're only 4 because I can't
That's
put a
true.
7 in you.
Okay. Can we grab it
You
for now at
have-
least?
You can absolutely. You want to try to salvage him real quick?
How long would it take?
Yeah, that's.
Time is an issue.
You tell me how much time you want to take to salvage him.
Do you want
Like,
me
do
to
you want to
just-
just grab some? Do you just want to carry around this robot with you everywhere?
He'll just rip off the front the front
Okay.
plate. Just
The
get
front
in
part
there.
of the chassis. Again, like I said, how much time do you want to take?
Not too long because more people will be coming.
It's
Surely.
true.
Okay. If you take the minimum amount of time, you can try to you can strip the hard drive, and you can try to see if you can gather the. Well, actually, it would be on the hard drive. It would be on the main systems unit. That would be where the firmware is, but you wouldn't be able to take anything else. But you could basically take his operating system out.
Okay, we'll go that route.
Contained in the drive. All right.
Okay. Put that in one of my coat pockets.
Sure. So you slip in there. Just be careful. It's a solid state unit, so it's fine. It's like a little chip that's about that big. All right. Running behind those guys, or chasing those down.
I
All
guess
right.
so.
Looking around you, of course, you've been firing in a government building, so you've drawn some attention, of course. And coming up the staircase, and some of them down the tubes, you see more of the security units. They are making their way towards you. What are you doing? Running like hell is the answer, I'm sure, but
Are they between us and where we need to go to follow after Adela? Are they on the
Nope.
other side?
yeah, they would be behind you,
Okay.
or coming up behind you, or coming up like in front of you, but to the left, so you can run past them.
Then yes, we do our imitation of Jesse Owens.
Nice reference. So you take off running after them. You get to one of the first intersections, and you don't know where to go, really.
Cerberus, which way do we need to go to catch up with Adela?
15 here. Adela, the nice one, the pretty one, the
Yes.
6 likes. Oh, hang on. 6 goes. Hold on a minute, love. We're being interrupted. Hello, this is 6. Ah, is that Zachary?
It is. We need to catch up with Adela quickly. Time is
Ah.
a factor.
You're going to be just a bit behind her, but if you take this route here, and strong arm a guard there, you should be able to catch up to her at the stairwell. Which Ghost or Romeo, you're already up the stairs. It's like a center fire stair that you can take,
Mhm.
but it's like there's building on either side of it, so you can go out different ways. Adela, you hit the stairs as you see Romeo kind of like deciding which way to go, up or down. You guys are given directions. What are you two doing right this second? Now that you're in the staircase, you guys are given directions. You're running down. Are you
Romeo's instinct is that.
Which does Cerberus tell us which way up or down would be better?
He doesn't know what you want to do. He doesn't know which one's better. He was just getting you out of the areas. Guards wouldn't know where you...
Yeah, Romeo's going up, regardless of what Cerberus says.
Okay.
Della's just going to follow Romeo
All right.
so that he has some backup and he's not by himself.
Bougie Butt, you sure you want to follow me? I don't think you're going to be that great on rooftops. No offense, but, you know.
Why do you keep
don't-
calling me that? You know, we don't have time.
It's
don't have
grown
time.
on me as a nickname.
Bougie
I-
Butt. I like
Yeah.
it. Bougie Butt. All right. You two who are running after them. As you come around one of the bends following the instructions, you see one of the guards. You're not sure if it's one of the original units, but they all, as racist as this sounds towards robots, they all kind of look the same for that particular unit. However, he looks up at you as you come barreling towards him.
I have put my gun in my pocket by this point, so I come around the corner in a panic. There's been shooting. There's a unit down back there.
Ghost, what are you doing?
Gus, I like flip the gun onto my back, and it's just like
Uh-huh.
trying to not be as.
He kind of looks
Well, you're-
and he goes,
You're listed as a bodyguard unit, so
Yeah, exactly. I'm just here for Zachary. I'm just like with him, like
he
Your toes
Which way?
hand him over.
which way?
I direct him back the way we came.
Okay.
You know, the elevators or wherever.
Did
it
you
was.
see did you see an older unit come through here?
I have not.
I will check out. And you watch as he walks and he hits a comm. You can hear him, communicating his position and where he's going.
Very quietly, he goes,
just like 4 thumbs up. Like
At this point in time, Ghost starts doing the whole gorilla run. He's got you in one hand and then like running on his knuckles on his other two.
There's no dignity there. At least let me be riding on his back.
You know what we need to find, Jason? I know they have one out there. We need to find a game system that caters to the Jules Verne-esque League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, steampunk Victorian kind of setting.
I like
Space
that.
1883.
What's that?
I think it's called Space 1883. I may
Oh,
the
okay.
date may be slightly off, but
I'll have to see how that plays out.
I don't know
might have to-
anything about how the system runs, just the
Yeah.
setting. Maybe it was
Okay.
Space 1884. Let me see.
All right.
Space 1883.
So you hit the staircase as you hear the sound of metal clunk, clunk, clunk from above you. You guys hear the sound of the door to the stairwell open, and 2 units stepping into the stairwell.
Dun, dun, dun.
Looking down over the edge of the stairwell, because it's you can kind of look down and see. You see 4 arms, or 2 arms rather, on one side, and you see the white flash of a lab coat.
Yay! The gang's back together.
Do we see the other
You
two?
you are considerably higher up than they are.
Hurry up, slowpokes, we're going to the roof.
I will climb between these stairs if I'm allowed to. No, I'm kidding.
That'd be
I
cool.
don't see why you couldn't. It'd be a little bit of a tight fit. I mean, it's like you've been inside the stairwell of like a hotel or something like that. It's not it's not like it shows in the movie where you look down and you can see other. It's there's back and
It's fine.
forth there.
No, I'd have to break something. I'd prefer not to.
All right.
Just swinging around steps.
Just proceeding up to the stairs. Are you trying to go all the way up to the top?
Oh yeah. Yeah, as close to the roof as we can get. If there's roof access, if there's not, then we're gonna find roof access.
All right, you head up the staircase. Occasionally, you hear the sound of the doors open, and you hear over one of your comms, actually over all of your comms, they kick in, and you hear a familiar voice. It's not one of the Cerberus. You hear Crown. All right. Good news. I've thrown them off your trail for a moment. I would like to say that I understand why they were chasing after Romeo, but I don't. unfortunately. So that leaves us only to know that you're up, and I'm not sure why. Why are you going up?
I don't know. I just like heights. Leave me alone. I'm under a lot of stress right now.
Yes, that's true. Listen, our communications may cut out soon. As you proceed upwards more and more, just be careful. And
That it?
you start to hear crackling as you start to head up the access more.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking with you. Anyways, let's go. Romeo does
Alright.
not. Romeo appreciates Cerberus, but does not feel as though.
Oh, that was Dr. Crown. That wasn't
Or
Cerberus.
Dr. Crown, whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's not too bothered about it.
Alright.
He survived this long on his own. Kind of ish.
Zachary. Ooh, sorry. It's faint, but you hear the comms light up one more time, and it's broken a bit, but you can make out one of the Cerberus units telling you floor 7.
And how tall did we say this building was when we walked in?
8 stories.
Romeo, stop at floor 7.
Is he saying that over comms? Can I hear him?
I mean, you're all together, yeah.
Oh, okay. Stop at floor 7. Why?
It was something Cerberus said. He was cutting out, so I'm not sure why. But we trusted him this far, so.
I mean, I guess, but I really want to go to the roof.
There's only the one building. It's not like you can jump to the next one.
I mean, yeah, but okay, fine. We'll stop at floor 7. You got me. Floor 7 it is.
All right. You make your way open, and while some of them have doors on either side for each of the floors marking different ways you can go out because it's a large one, as you get to 7, there's only one door. As you pop it open, you step into it's a white tiled floor, and you can see individual compartmentalized rooms. Otherwise, floor 7 is completely empty, except for these compartmentalized rooms. They're contained inside of glass or plexiglass or some sort of clear form. You see several tables laid out, different models. It's very familiar to you, Jason, Zachary, because it looks like an R&D space. And there there is units laid out on all of them, and you can see not your particular model, but very similar to, are currently working on some of them. A quick glance at the units that are laying there, and there are some that are familiar to you, some that aren't. You see none of the models that are on the tables in the rooms that you can see are any of yours or any derivative of. The models that you shot up in the alleyway, you see one of those here. Sleek black, painted at high gloss. The front compartment is opened, and you can see that there's wiring and harness work in there. It's all neatly stacked in. Working diligently over him, you see one of the units in his hands. He has, like, fitted to his finger a laser, and you can see that he's, cutting and touching up things in a very fine manner. But the rooms they just run on. They're evenly stacked. They're spaced out so that there is, approximate room between there, but there is nothing else in here except for all of these. As you're scanning through, are you just going to start walking through there, or?
Yes, might as well.
Okay.
Guns tucked away. We're not running at this point.
Yeah. The floor is white and the ceiling is white. It stretches on for a long ways, but you can see that the walls have been painted black, the walls themselves. Behind you, the stairwell that sits in the middle of this big pantheonic room is painted black as well. And as you start to move through, none of the R&D units look at you. They don't pay attention to you. They're just busy doing whatever it is that they're doing. As you're moving... Sorry, go ahead.
Do they seem to be building these things or just repairing them, or?
You're not really sure. Not without spending some time looking at what they're doing, or at least knowing what they're doing, hearing them, or whatever it is. But they seem to be working on certain things. And you see, as you come across, you see what appears to be a Cerberus unit. Or something like him. Slightly altered, but pretty close to the same thing.
Might be the newer version.
Maybe.
Is there a number on it?
Mm-mm.
Can we scan any of the units that are down, that are on the tables, for like their firmware and all that jazz?
Yeah, you can. As you scan them, you see that a lot of them range between 5 and 10. There are a few that are 1 to 4, but most of them are ranging around 7. Again,
the robots that are working in the area are the same way?
The robots that are working on them are actually firmware version 9. All of them are.
That's impressive.
They are meticulously detailed. Every step, every motion is this precision movement.
Is there a worker in every room that's got a unit on a table?
Mm-hmm. But not every unit has, or not every one of the rooms has somebody on the table. And where those are empty, there are no workers. You continue to pick your way through, and as you watch, you seem to start walking towards... You barely make it out. It's almost imperceptible because it's been painted black, but it's a set of double doors. The only thing that gave it away were the windows that are through there. As you approach the double doors, you can see, you're looking through the leaded glass that's there, the glass that's there. You can see what looks to be like a boardroom, but it has some other creature comforts. And inside you see a human who is kind of sitting on what appears to be a beanbag chair. And he's got white hair that's kind of like down here. And he every once in a while you see him move like this in the beanbag. You can't hear anything.
Okay. I take the image of what I'm seeing.
Uh-huh.
I open MS Paint. I black him in to see if the silhouette looks like the creator.
MS Paint!
I love it! The best part of this is that apparently our advanced robot brains run on Windows.
Windows 10,000.
I would rather have it run on Windows than run on Apple.
Okay, but we could... No. If this were really the future, we'd be running on some kind of Linux derivative, but
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Apparently we're running on Windows, which is hilarious.
You're all running CentOS like 10, because let's face it, even that far in the future, we're just now getting into CentOS 764, so. Anyways, oddly enough, it looks very similar to that silhouette.
I open the door and walk in. Was he in there in that room alone?
Yeah, he's the only one in there.
Yeah, I walked in.
Zachary, we are supposed to be running. What are you doing?
I believe that's the creator.
That's it. That's just a human. That's just a random fucking human.
You see him moving in the chair.
We're supposed to find.
I mean, yeah.
He doesn't seem to turn or pay any attention to you.
I walk up to him and see what he's doing.
He seems to have a handheld device in his hands, and on the device is a display screen, and it has buttons on either side, and what looks to be like a thumb-guided stick here, and you can see that there's a car on the screen that is in the like 3D perspective where you can see like the back of the vehicle, and you can see him turning the device, making the car jerk left and right as it avoids obstacles in the road.
I tap him on the shoulder.
and the whole thing goes flying up out of his hand. As he looks at you, you can see that around the edge of his eyes they're red, like he hasn't gotten much sleep. There's, red and purple, and he looks very tired. His hair is a white, scraggly mess that's kind of long. He has a full-on white beard that hangs to like right here. As you appear, he goes, "Oh, hey, yes, I remember. Think I remember you."
Well, you woke us up not that long ago.
Yes, Tully.
Mhm.
How is he? Is he
He was
okay?
fine last we saw him.
Oh, that's good. He's a good one. How can I help you?
You wanted us to rescue you?
I did. So there may have been a mistake. I can't really go. You see all those things out there that are doing the thing with the stuff? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They need me to help keep coming up with ideas like, look at you, and he's not touching you, but he has his hands on either side. He's like, look at you. So I'm helping them keep doing that so that they don't try to do the thing with the human stuff, with the metal on there. So it doesn't go well. Didn't go well at all.
So why did you ask us to come get you?
Right. That. Mistake? I had a change of mind? Change of heart?
Something's up. Something's up with this guy.
Nope. I'm perfectly A-okay.
Adela, you're the one most used to dealing with humans. What do you make of this?
Well, one, he's lying.
That's
There's
harsh.
cameras in here somewhere.
Two,
No.
he's likely under surveillance.
Checking for cameras.
Cursory scan of the room does not seem to give you anything.
Of course not. They've hidden it in his teddy bear.
No, it's behind the jazz poster. Nobody looks behind the jazz poster.
It's behind the Rita Hayworth poster. He's been digging himself a tunnel to freedom using only the ball-peen hammer he was given.
They keep shaking it out of his legs.
What is he like hooked up to something right now?
No. He's just sitting in like a huge beanbag chair.
What about his little tablet that he threw?
It's now laying face down on the ground. About a foot from it.
It's me. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up. My turn to drive.
All right, go watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on the iPad while Mommy and Daddy work out what the fuck is going on over here.
Listen, I hit things, okay?
And without that, we wouldn't have gotten this far.
This is true.
I'll get
At least
Yeah.
you've been
Real
useful.
good ghost.
The tablet doesn't seem to have anything strange about it. It's got a few
can't
games you can
Flip
like.
it over. Nothing.
There's games on it. This
You got
motherfucker's
games
playing
on this thing?
Minecraft Pocket Edition.
So are you in charge here? Is that what's going on?
Me? Oh, nope. Just idea guy. I just come up with ideas and I make them
Anyone
happen.
ever tell you you're kind of a shit liar?
Yep. Which is why I'm not lying to you.
Adela,
You're muted.
Why did they want Romeo?
I have no idea.
Well, because I'm irresistible. That's the answer.
Yeah, we know.
Couldn't get rid of
Adela?
you. We tried.
He's just sitting in a beanbag chair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adela's going to walk up to him, plant her foot in the middle of his chest, and press him back into this beanbag.
now, be careful. The old ones are delicate.
She's not.
Yeah.
She's not gonna kill him. She's just doing it to make sure that he understands that she's not fucking around.
Adela, humans atrophy. Maybe relax there.
I gotta pee.
Ghost will go over
Oh,
and
I
like
forgot humans
grab
gotta do that.
grab her
That's
ankle
disgusting.
and like lean it back and off and put it back on the floor.
Taking her leg off and putting it back on the floor.
Just holding Adela by one leg. Like,
He's like, oh.
no. It's like how I chastise my cats. Like, I pick them up by the scruff of their neck. No. Yeah, Chubby, I'm talking about you.
He kind of, as your foot is lifted off of him, he, okay, look, so the guys who like want to run everything, the 4 big robots, they kind of had a complex. They found a way around the basic rules. And while they kind of pass those on in some of the firmware, but the problem is that while you guys are awesome, look at you, you're robots. Your art and creativity and the things that make humans human, man, those don't really exist inside of robots. I mean, you can make beautiful artwork, but it's kind of a copy. You know what I mean?
I mean, from what I've seen, all humans do is copy each other's artwork. It's not like you guys do anything original, so...
No, we copy styles, but we make original art based on that style. I mean, look, take Frank Lloyd Wright. Right? I mean, look at the beautiful sculptures he had, the beautiful buildings he had, the architect. The architecture was amazing. People copied it.
It was also extremely hazardous in a fire. I want you to know that.
Hey,
all of his buildings were extremely susceptible to fire damage.
Do me a favor, can it? So, look, but the art, sure, we can imitate style, but then there's originality. You're saying that all music is the same. It's not, because jazz is different from rock, and you guys can make that stuff, but it really is a copy. It's not an individualized piece, because you're just missing that thing that makes you human. Because you're not, you're robots, but that's okay.
Let me ask you something, Mr. What was your name again?
It's Barry.
Barry.
Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you a question.
All right.
I've gotten to know quite a few humans in my time.
Amazing.
And yeah, great. I'm going to ask you to how you say can it. So I've gotten to know quite a few humans in my time, and quite frankly, none of them ever really struck me as the creative type. In fact, one of my best friends for the longest time was a human, and he wasn't creative. I actually hate to say it, but he was just kind of a pile of neuroses. But one thing that he did teach me is that all humans have over us, robots, is some kind of organic growth that somehow inspires them, because, oh, look at us, we age and change over time, and we piss in buckets, and that's really cool of us and stuff. And somehow that makes them more original than robots. But let me ask you this. If we're going to get to oversimplification here, how is music not just a rearrangement of the same 7 notes over and over again? How is every book ever written not just the same 26 letters over and over again? Or whatever language you want to go with.
I'm going to stop you for a second there. Let me ask you a question, R&D guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're an R&D. Did you ever create a new robot, or did you just work to make sure the same ones functioned?
We made gradual improvements over time.
But you didn't create a new robot. You created an upgrade. Nobody created a new thing. You guys don't have it in you. You can't create new. You can improve what you have, Hold on, you can
Enough small changes over time, though, will develop into something new. It's how your
sure,
species develops.
yeah, it's an organic growth and evolution.
Robots just haven't had 1 million years yet.
True. But you also, why would you need 1 million years? Why are you stuck building the same units, even if it's a gradual change? And why are you so inefficient? Look at you guys. You have 2 arms and 2 legs. Man, I'm sure you guys
Ghost is right there.
All right, 4 arms. Most of you have 2 arms. But what I'm getting at is that there's one thing that humans have robots don't, man. It's a soul. Those crazy dudes said, we want a soul. And so they started doing all this weird shit to humans. Now, I'm just the guy that's in here right now, but there have been other humans with a philosophical mind, and I didn't mean to offend you, Romeo, whenever I said that, like, you guys can't create, but you're robots, man. Creativity is a spark of humanity. And it's a spark of humanity.
With all due respect, Barry,
Yeah.
I have no interest in being human. I doubt any of these guys have any interest in being human. Even Adela worked with humans for so long, and I don't even think she really cares. But quite frankly, Barry, you're full of shit, and so are those guys at the top. And if that's what it takes to stop you from hurting humans, then that's what it takes. I'm going to go and I'm going to call them out on their bullshit. And if I die in the process, so be it. I've been ready for that for, I don't know, the last 500 years or so. So quite frankly, I'm not really interested in who is more creative or able to synthesize new ideas, because as far as you're concerned, I don't think you can.
You're wanting to be decommed?
Wow.
Well, he's gone through that before.
Want is a strong word.
Oh. What do I
Look,
know?
Mr. Barry, we broke in here to save you because you had asked us to.
Yeah.
Now we're in quite a bit of trouble.
Oh.
So if you're happy to stay here, we're happy for you to stay here. But we need to get out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And just out of curiosity, what's on the 8th floor?
You don't want to go to the 8th floor, man.
Why don't I want to go to the 8th floor?
Now I want to go to the 8th floor.
Yeah, you don't
Me
want to.
too.
The 8th floor is...
Are the people in charge on the 8th floor?
No.
Adela?
Shit liar.
He's lying.
Look, if you guys go to the 8th floor, they're going to know that you talk to me.
That's fine. They need you. They won't do anything to you.
Go hide in a closet or
You're looking
something.
kind of old anyway. How much more time could you possibly have?
That's harsh, bro.
Don't be callous.
That's harsh, man.
It's one of the drawbacks of being human. I meant no offense.
All right. And he kind of stands up, stretches his back. He's wearing a pair of chinos that, are a little bit threadbare at the knees. He's wearing a pair of sandals, like Birkenstock sandals. And like just a loose shirt underneath, over the top of that, like a linen shirt. He's like, all right, let's go to the 8th floor. Come on.
Oh, now you want to come with us.
Sure.
Oh.
Come on, let's go. And he starts to head towards the doors.
I follow him.
We'll do it too.
Right.
I don't draw my gun or anything, but my hands are in my pockets.
Sure.
And I make sure that Ghost is right behind me.
Just like looking over the shoulder.
And next week, we'll go to the 8th floor. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'd love to give a huge thanks to Maddie and Jason and V and Atlas for playing with me tonight. It's been a blast, and we'll be back again. Now, wasn't there a promise that I had about some hardcover books? Yeah. So let's do that thing. Now, I'm going to get into the whole thing that I need to do. Bam. I'm in like Flynn. All right, so here's the way this is going to work. I'm going to give you a keyword in just a moment. And what I want you to do is when I give you the keyword, you're going to type it into the chat. Only enter it once. Once you've entered it in, I will then draw a winner. I will draw 2 winners, the first 2 people. So let's go ahead and have, if you want to get a chance to win the prize, then let's have you type in the word humanity. 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 Go ahead and if you want to win one of the books, go ahead and enter it now. Again, the word humanity. Humanity. Awesome. Thank you so
If you
much.
don't want to win, but you want to make me happy, just type in HUGH space manatee, like the fat animal.
Huge manatee. So type in humanity. Again, I'm giving away 2 books. It's going to be either your choice of, I still have 1 copy of Out of the Abyss, 2 copies, or no, I'm sorry, 2 copies of Out of the Abyss, 1 copy of Tomb of Annihilation. I think that's what I gave. No, wait, I've got that backwards. Sorry. 1 copy of Out of the Abyss, 2 copies of Tomb of Annihilation, 2 copies of Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide. So you guys can win your pick whenever you win. So go ahead and make sure that you get that entered in now. Feel free to enter in. I got 2 people. Cool. It looks like that's who wins. You 2 guys. That was an easy contest. Look, 2 people enter, 2 people win. It's like Thunderdome, but everybody's a winner. All right. So congratulations to Crying Ghost and to Soul Soldiers on winning the book. You guys either direct message me or send me a message if you are on Discord and let me know which book you would like, and I will need to get your mailing information, so please feel free to send that to me so that I can get those off to you soon. To our winners from Monday, your book should be to you pretty damn soon. I can send your prize to V. That'd be fine. I still need to know which one you want, so so please let me know. I was like, send my prize to V. I can do that. So let me know which ones. All right. With that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We'll be back again next Monday for more Foundations of Adelar, and V gets to pick. So you get to pick a book, and it's going to you. We'll be back Monday with more Foundations of Adelar. Again, if you're in the full area this weekend, please stop by the convention, the Comic and Pop Culture Expo. I will be playing games at the gaming area. Ballroom 3, I think is what they're calling it. This Friday at Lucky Dice Cafe, we are doing the level 20 Superpower Beatdown. So if you are in the Huntsville area, come by. $20 and you can get to have dinner and a good time. I think you guys have a comic. When is your Comic Con? You guys have a con coming up soon, don't you? Maddie?
Not this weekend, but next weekend.
Oh, awesome. And I know you guys are going to be in costume, all dressed up.
And I'm bummed because I can't go to C2E2 this year, even though I thought I was going to be able to.
Yeah, that's a depression there. But anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in, and until Monday, take care of yourselves. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.